Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Have you ever seen fictional railroads that look so cool and unique that make you want to try your own hand at making one? You want to make a fun and original take on American, Canadian, or wherever railroading, but you have a problem. You have the railroad in mind, but, well, you may not be a railroader, or into the knowledge of how railroads work, which means you don't know how prototypical to reality your railroad would be. This detail is very important. Is there an easy solution to this problem? Well, in this video, I'm hoping to provide you with an info blast of everything there is to know about creating a fictional railroad. When is your railroad around primarily? Is that its prime in the 2000s? Maybe the 80s? No matter what date it is, you need to take note of the existing railroads around you. The further back in time you go, the more space there is for you to have your trackage. Also make sure your trackage closely follows what currently exists. You can change stuff that happens, but don't change it so the whole world is different. Maybe even make your own headcanons for why your railroad has the trackage. Maybe your fictional bought an existing railroad. Maybe it even merged with two other fictional railroads you had to create your current railroad. The high iron is your limit. In North America, there are three classes of railroads. Class 1s being the highest, Class 2 being around the middle, and Class 3s being short lines. Or even a regional carrier. When you make a railroad, you need to know what type of railroad it is going to be. If your railroad is a multi-state spanning railroad, like Union Pacific or BNSF, it would be a Class 1. Or if it's a bridge line that carries freight from a singular state, like Montana Rail Link, you have a regional carrier. These are important details you need to keep consistent with your railroad to ensure that it is as realistic to a real railroad as it can be. This is especially important with your trackage. Trackage is an important factor as it defines your railroad's class. People will oftentimes have their railroads cover extremely far distances. A railroad spanning from California to New York isn't exactly realistic or consistent. Use Open Railway Map for reference. A Class 1 railroad with its primary main line spanning from Los Angeles, California to Fort Worth, Texas would make a lot more sense, and you can even expand off of the trackage by having it go to interchange with other railroads or even short lines. It is important to know that bigger does not mean better. Once you have your general trackage planned out, add on to it. Maybe have some spurs, some branch lines, or locations for yards laid out. The more you add onto your railroad, the more room there is for expanding off of it so that it isn't just a linear path from point A to point B. Don't hesitate to make up your own fictional towns along the rail line too for lore purposes. After all, it is your universe and your lore. Now when it comes to naming your railroad, think of where your railroad starts and ends. A lot of railroads are named after starting and end points. You aren't just limited to that though. You can even try your own take on a name. Maybe think of something significant and popular in a town where your railroad runs through. What do you fondly remember about your state or province? When you come up with a name, look at it. Does it make sense? Is it grammatical? Does it sound original and roll off of the tongue, like an original railroad would? Don't forget your railroad also needs a reporting mark. Remember that it has to be under 4 letters and at the minimum have 2. Now let's get to painting. This is a very important detail. A lot of people can get this wrong, so it's important you have it be consistent. When you design a paint scheme, look at other railroads for reference. Maybe even use their pattern in your scheme, but change it up slightly. When you choose the colors, make sure they look like something you'd see on a railroad. Railroads also make their schemes simple as it is cheaper to paint them on their hundreds of units. But don't hesitate to overdo it slightly. Keep your colors consistent too. Maybe have 3 to 5 colors at the most present on your scheme. Stripes can also go a long way too. If you still are out of ideas for colors or patterns, look into other railroads for ideas once again. Don't hesitate to switch stuff around until you land on something you're pleased with. These are some of the very basic but crucial details needed to make a realistic and well-structured fictional railroad. Remember that you aren't just limited to everything I mentioned. There is a lot more that I haven't covered for the sake of the video length. And who knows, maybe I just taught you something you didn't know about real railroading, or how I came up with my fictional railroads. I hope this video was helpful or entertaining. Why not share your thoughts in the comments? Or consider leaving a like and subscribing to support me. See you later, and thanks for watching!